Alright folks, we're back with more Creep, see, almost said Creep World. It's Particle Fleet. I'm gonna probably keep doing that. It's Particle Fleet Emergence. We're in the mission, middle of attacking the origin world, or what's left of it. We've managed to reclaim the moon so far. After an extreme struggle. Oh man, oh man. All due to this piece of crap right here. I will be so happy when I destroy that. You have no idea. And that's probably going to be like the most satisfying thing that I ever do in this game. Depending, on whatever the next missions have in store. If they have more of them, if they have multiples of them, then that will probably be the most satisfying thing I do. But as of right now, killing that will definitely be the most satisfying thing. Because that is a literal piece of shit. Alright, we need to take out some of these emitters. All this red plasma crap everywhere. Okay. Let's reclaim some of these amp gems, because I don't think I need omni reactors anymore. Yeah, I'll leave everything else there. Mainly just so I could see what happens when I put one on the fighters. Yeah, I think that I realize what that is now. I think that's for the fighters where they'll target. Yeah, seems to be anyway. Oh, my C-class has been destroyed this entire time. Been too busy complaining about that cannon to have noticed. Oh, I have no energy. So we should fix that. Okay. Blaze, we're gonna need you. Clear out all this gunk around the moon. So that's probably gonna be the easiest one to get to first. Stop trying to zap the particles. I don't want you to zap the particles. I want you to zap the plasma. There we go. Is it just me, or is that cannon not actually fired anything? Oh. I guess it doesn't work without whatever the hell I killed on the moon. I thought that only powered the particle field thing that kept popping out here, but apparently it powered the cannon too. Well, I am 100% down for that. I thought it was a little weird that I had randomly had ships getting blown up. But hey, I'll take it. It's a very nice change not to have to deal with that thing anymore. The beginning of this mission was almost as nonsense as the... I forget which one it was, but it was the one where it had the... where we first got introduced to the flippable emitters. immediate attack by that doppelganger that just decided it had a hard-on for my command ship for some reason. Alright. Come on, why aren't you guys like actually shooting at these particles? Come on now. Up. Where am I least? Why are they all the way back here? Oh goodness. Get over here. Oh, that's okay though. I have plenty of energy now. So, what? Who the hell hit my command ship? There ain't nothing over here. Oh shit, I actually killed my hammer. Build the other discharger. Why not? I don't care. Okay. Looks like we got 2 more emitters out here to deal with, and then it's just all of this nonsense. Wait on the hammer, since we kind of need that. Let's take the MGM off of the carrier. It's not really doing too much that I can tell. And slap it on the lathe, because I do enjoy the extra range on that. Alright. That is a lot of ships, actually. Mark you right there. Where's my amped up lathe? Currently missing its gun. Good. Well, hammer's dead, so that means my lathes are probably they survived barely. Okay. I think we can actually have the Marauder join us now. But he doesn't have to be on guard duty. And there isn't something that's going to kill him immediately for no goddamn reason. Let's rebuild the hammer once again. Leave this other cruiser down here for now. More than adequate to defend that. That hardly seems fair. Their ships don't operate under the same constraint that mine do. It's like mine run out of energy, but theirs don't seem to. I still think it would have been better if they had made it a different sound effect for enemy ships getting destroyed. This crap out of here so we can unencumbered. Get everybody, which can clear this crap out down here. Wipe it away. It might help if I actually had energy supply down here too. Couldn't hurt. What did we just lose? Of course, delays with the Amgen. Can you like... kill that, please, so it stops spawning crap in? Making that ship destruction sound over and over. Alright, good. Now then. Kill this emitter, and then all of my particle problems should be done. Then I just have to deal with emergent. Assorted nonsense. Alright, come down here and kill that. You come down here and remove all of this. You two. Just make it all go away. Since there's no more ore deposits, we should be able to just plow right through this. I need you guys down here, actually. Cut right through it. Out of the way. Except not in range, so I'll need omnis. Yep. Guess I want that omni reactor thing after all, huh? At least the amber gem. Come on, take it. Omni reactors, alright. You got no. Omnis. All of them. All 14. Guess I should clear out some of the struck down here so that the omnis don't have a brain fart and try and fly through it. Looks like they're all mostly here. Okie doke. Get up in there. Well, some of them still died in the stroke. That's okay. Perfectly okay. Rebuild them, no problem. Get in there and do your thing. Wow, look how fast that's going. Goodness. No more emergent from down here, boss. Wow. These are quite potent when you have just a giant ball of them. Next. It's just cool to watch. Whatever that thing is. Alright, even though this thing doesn't work anymore, it's still gonna feel great to kill it. So we're gonna go kill it. Because it is a piece of crap. Made the beginning of this mission hard as hell. Need to restock here. Okie dokie. While you're here, grab that info cache. Alright, info cache retrieved. Analyzing. Contains the missing records of the precursors. It'll take time to process and to generate an overview. It, along with the other records, are many yottabytes large. I've had to employ AI algorithms to even begin to create a summary. It takes some time to process. Auth and I are on our way to assist. Process the data as quickly as our systems allow. Crew, we will jump to Rift Space and determine our next destination. While there, I suspect the longer we remain here, the more at risk we are. Oh. All I had to do was just grab the data cache? And have to kill everything like normal? Okay. Well, I guess, short episode this time, then. Well, I guess it evens out. Last time was a little long, this one's a little short. Evens out in the end. Well, that was, a fun mission. Difficulty, certainly. What the hell? What is this? Codex. Sometime later in redacted space. Kami and Anna, have you completed the summary? We have, and it is nearly unbelievable. We also have the records of the precursor, and now know they were called the Seloi. And we know what the particulate is and what happened to the Seloi. The story, humanity's story, is both tragic and amazing. And I flipped those words for some reason. But, yeah, the Seloi, those were the people that contacted the Loki in Creeper World 3. I've prepared an executive summary, and it is available on everyone's console. When ready, we await your orders, Chief Tychon. That's the executive summary, huh? It's pretty long. Alright, executive summary, info cache content. Human civilization did not first emerge on what we've called the origin world. Humans first developed many millions of years ago on a world referenced to in the records as Terra, Earth, Erde, among many other names. Over many thousands of cycles, they developed technology and eventually colonized most of the worlds in the galaxy. They encountered no other intelligent life forms. Many thousands of cycles passed, and then destruction suddenly came. It came in the form of mindless substances they referred to as Creeper. Ah, there's the tie-in. So it did all happen in the same place. It would wipe worlds clean and spread through the galaxy over the course of just a few cycles. It could be held back for a while, but would always overwhelm any defenses. A scarce few survivors, approximately 50,000, constructed a ship city and began a nomadic existence. They eventually discovered the source of the Creeper threat and destroyed what they called the Nexus. This was the end of the first Common Era and the beginning of the second CE, aka Creeper World 1. The second CE was marked by a recolonization of the galaxy after a near-fatal beginning. Beginning of the second CE, the Creepers encountered a resurgent Creeper threat. The threat was neutralized, and the ultimate source of the Creeper was revealed to be a race called the Loki. This ancient and alien race had been spreading the Creeper through countless galaxies over billions of cycles. I guess that was Creeper World 2. And then, in time, many cycles into the second CE, the Creeper threat returned again and destroyed their civilization. This pattern with both minor and significant variations would repeat 144 times. Which is right, because in that last mission we learned that this was the 145th civilization. Of note are the recurrence of specific names across civilizations. Old Man, Palladius, Abraxas, Skarsgård, Dagger, Aliana, Leah, Anna, Dax, and Varro are common occurrences, as we all know, since no Creeper World game can avoid, it seems, having people with those names in them. They do not all appear in every civilization, but they are nonetheless common names for individuals that play important historical roles. Particularly absent is the name Tychon. The roles these individuals play in their respective histories seem to be related to transitional periods, the end of one civilization and the emergence of the next. In most cases, individuals bearing these names portend the end of one civilization and the beginning of the subsequent era. 144th civilization, the one we called the Precursors, called themselves the Seloi. They emerged from the ashes of their former civilization and recolonized the galaxy, as others had before, but they discovered info caches earlier in their history that described the history of human civilizations. This discovery, though uncommon, was not unprecedented. What was unprecedented was that the Seloi embraced the information rather than attempting to conceal it. Unlike any and all other emergent civilizations, the Seloi chose to expose this information and to dedicate their existence to understand and preventing a recurrence of the destruction they knew would eventually come. Now, you see, that's the smart thing to do, I think, in that situation. Instead of, like, trying to just, well, it's not my problem, actually try and do something about it, you know? The Seloi advanced many areas of understanding in both science and philosophy. They discovered what they believed to be the true purpose of the creeper threat. They believed its purpose was not blind destruction, but rather was related to information collection. The purpose was to identify something they called the Ark, which became a central element in the Seloi's philosophy of existence. The Ark, they believed, was a form of universal singleton, something of which only one could exist and has ever existed. The creeper's purpose, the Seloi reasoned, was to discover this Ark for the Loki. The Seloi, perhaps out of urgency, perhaps desperation, dedicated their entire galactic civilization to uncovering the Ark before the Loki. Well, all makes sense. We identified a massive region of space, which we now call redacted space. It contained millions of worlds and systems. They vacated these worlds and created an automaton, whose purpose was to create patterns and to record vast amounts of information. Much as the creeper, this particulate would collect information from complex structures, but rather than the destruction of civilizations, the particulate would create its own structure through ever-evolving patterns. It was itself a kind of life form, but with only one purpose. It would live and die in an accelerated cycle so that others might not. So the damn Seloi made the frickin' particulate. That's just great. And then it looks like they lost control of it somehow. Ugh. The plan appears to have nearly worked. In fact, it seems as though the plan would have worked had the Seloi not ceased their efforts. Why in the hell would they have done that? For reasons not recorded, they stopped their search for the Ark, sent a message to the Loki, and then set about preparing for the end. What? Part of those preparations were to collect and update all of the info caches in the galaxy. They wrote to them the history of humanity as they had discovered it. They intentionally left out their own history and recorded it on a single info cache that they placed on what we called the origin world. That world was in the middle of redacted space and was the origin world, the particulate. But, alright. So they went to the trouble of creating the particulate, nearly found the Ark, sounded like they were on the verge of finding the Ark, and then they're like, you know what, never mind, just kidding, we'll just roll over and die now. How does that make sense? The Seloi reasoned that the knowledge of the Ark should not be generally known, at least not for most of the subsequent civilization. Only near the end should the information become available. This brings us to now, and to our role in these unfolding events. From the history of 145 civilizations spread over millions of cycles, it seems clear that we are part of events that have galactic implications. Through subtle manipulation by the Seloi or others, we have been led here at this time to discover this information. What we should do with this knowledge is not described in the Codex of the Seloi. Huh. Well, that's very interesting. Though I'm still scratching my head over why the Seloi, as I said earlier, will go to the trouble of creating something as, you know, I don't know, advanced, complex, what the right, you know, adjective is, as the particulate, and then suddenly stop, send a message to the people, you know, the Loki that they were trying to beat to getting the Ark, and then just basically roll over and die. That's the head scratcher for me. Though maybe Maybe as they say that, oh, no, the Ark was too much power and, you know, we shouldn't... Maybe we'll become something worse than the Loki is what they were reasoning there. I don't know. Interesting either way, though. Alright. I understand. I think we all understand. Crew, we entered redacted space for personal reasons. We thought we were better than any that came before. We thought we could discover the secrets of the origin world and profit greatly. I suppose we were right. We were indeed different, and we did discover these secrets. Now we face a great choice. It's alright, Danu. I see the sensor scans too. Nearly every system is now flooding with the particulate. We can manage to hop from system to system and survive a while longer, but it is unlikely we will be able to return home. I've asked much of you, crew, but I've never asked this much before. While we still can, I propose we immediately jump to the nearest system with an info cache, write to it what we have learned, and send a message back home. It'll take a substantial burst of energy to send a message over that range. We might be able to send a small message if Kami and I make some modifications. I understand. If we can get a message back that describes what we have learned and the location of the cache, perhaps some others could make a dedicated mission to retrieve it and send the data back. They would have to deploy a series of relay transponders in Rift space to transmit that amount of data back, and it would likely be a suicide mission. Who would do that? I know of only one man who would do it. The question, crew, is will you do this? Sign me up, sir. Where Ogun goes, I go. I wouldn't miss this. This course of action is wise and just. Our fates have been intermingled our whole lives, Dagger Tycon. Let's see this through. And you, old friend? You don't have to ask. I've always known we were destined for something great. I'm not about to miss the moment when it arrives. Very well. Crew, we have one final mission we must achieve. Make me proud. Okay. Well, that was certainly an interesting read. Kind of neat how they tied it all in with Creeper World there. So we got just 2 more to go in the main story here. Yeah, maybe they'll elaborate further on why the Soloi would have called off their scheme with the particulate. That's kind of crazy though. Like maybe they lost control of the particulate and they didn't just mention that because, I mean, if they stopped it, wouldn't they have, you know, like shut it down instead of just leaving it to run rampant in redacted space, or what became redacted space? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out more in the next mission. Or hell, maybe we'll have to wait until Creeper World 4 comes out. Maybe that's what Creeper World 4 will tackle. I don't know. Though so far the early dev videos for Creeper World 4, they look promising. It's apparently in 3D now. And it also has a bit more complex of an economy from what I've seen. You actually have like factories that have to produce stuff, so it'll certainly be interesting. Definitely planning on picking that one up too. But anyway, so we got Mission 16 and then the epilogue to go. But we are going to tackle that in another video, as we are coming up on 30 minutes for this one. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you when we return with more Particle Fleet Emergence.